This is a Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime. It doesn't have a screen, it can't track your sleep, it can't even connect to your phone. Yet it's sold at auction for $31 million. Why? Let's be real. We live in a world of precise and inexpensive timekeeping. The device in your pocket right now is an extremely accurate atomic clock. It's a supercomputer. By any logical measure, then, this is obsolete. It's a relic. It's a collection of tiny, archaic gears and springs. How did an industry based on selling essentially mechanical jewelry build empires worth more than some of the largest tech companies? How did they convince us that we need something we don't? The truth is, they never really sold watches. They were selling one of the world's most powerful psychological drugs: status. In this video, we will break down the three-part playbook that everyone uses. First, we'll reveal how they create a story, transforming cold metal into a legend that you'll desperately want to be a part of. Next, we'll explore how they create an insane desire for their products by making them scarce. This generates waiting lists and gray markets, making a stainless steel watch harder to obtain than a backstage pass. Finally, we'll reveal the dark secret. You'll learn why, even if you're a normal person with money, you'll probably never be able to walk into a store and buy the watch you want. This isn't a video about telling time, it's about the business of time, and you're about to learn how it's rigged. The first step in the playbook is, don't build a store, build a cathedral instead. When you walk into a Rolex boutique, do the salespeople talk about the precision of the hairspring or the grade of the brass? No, they talk about how Sir Malcolm Campbell broke the land speed record with a Rolex on his wrist. Omega's slogan, "The first watch on the moon," perfectly encapsulates their identity. These aren't just fun facts that they included in a brochure. They are foundational myths, stories that have been repeated so often and with such conviction that they have become gospel rather than history. When you buy an Omega, you're buying more than just a watch. You're buying a tiny piece of its history. When you put it on your wrist, you're not just Dave the accountant anymore. You're an explorer, a trailblazer, an astronaut. You're wearing the moon landing on your wrist. Okay, but what if you're a new player? What if you don't have 100 years of history to fall back on? Just 20 years ago, companies like Richard Mille faced this exact problem. Their solution was to rent a heritage. Their story didn't begin in a Swiss valley. It was Formula One cars for your wrist. They adopted the entire Formula One heritage, including cutting-edge materials, extreme engineering, a focus on reducing weight, and star drivers as brand ambassadors. They incorporated all of this into their brand overnight. This is the genius part. It shows that you don't need to wait for heritage. It's a marketing tool. Find a prestigious and glorious world, such as elite sports, and establish your brand as its official symbol. All right, let's land this first plane. This is what you need to remember. The 5, 6, or 7-figure price tag on a luxury watch. It's not for the watch itself. It's the admission fee, the ticket to the story they've been telling you for decades. Before selling you a watch, they sell you a dream that you desperately want to be a part of. The watch itself is simply the receipt. It's proof that you've paid for your place in it. You've sold me on the dream, but anyone can have that dream, so it's not unique. Step 2 is building the wall. Make it seem unattainable. It's hard to believe, but Rolex produces more than 1 million watches every year. That's more than Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, and Richard Mille combined. Given those numbers, why is a simple stainless steel submariner so hard to find? The answer is controlled distribution. It's a funnel. Rolex produces 1 million watches, but doesn't sell them to just anyone. Instead, they send a small number to their authorized dealers. A dealer's job isn't just to sell, they are also responsible for gatekeeping. You walk in and ask for a submariner. They smile and say, "We can put you on the list." It could take 2, 3, or maybe even 4 years. Why would they do this? Why turn away a guaranteed sale? It's simple psychology. Nothing makes you want something more than being told you can't have it. This is where the magic happens. This manufactured scarcity creates a vacuum. Neither nature nor capitalism likes vacuums. That's when the gray market steps in. These unofficial sellers acquire unobtainable watches and sell them at a significant markup. For example, a Rolex submariner with a retail price of $10,000 can instantly sell for $15,000, $20,000, or even $25,000. Most people think this is a problem for brands. They consider these resellers to be parasites. But I'm here to tell you, this is not a bug in the system, it's a feature. Imagine finding out that your friend paid a high price for a watch on the gray market. This demonstrates that the watch is highly desirable and that people are willing to pay far more than it's worth. This validates the idea that a high resale value is just an added perk. In reality, though, it's a core part of the marketing strategy. It transforms a luxury item into an asset class. This is evident everywhere in hype culture. The same playbook is used for limited sneakers and graphics cards. In the watch world, however, they've perfected it over the course of decades. This brings us to the second takeaway, which is arguably the most controversial. Luxury watch brands don't fight the gray market. They depend on it. Do you remember the insane, eye-watering prices you see on Chrono24 and in resellers' windows? They're not a sign of a system breaking down. Rather, it is the system's most powerful and persuasive advertisement. Every inflated price tag is a billboard screaming one message: this is more than just a watch, it's money on your wrist. This message is far more convincing than any advertisement they could run. Congratulations! You waited 2 years. You got the call. You finally have your stainless steel Submariner. As you walk out of the boutique, you feel like you've made it. You are in. But here's the cold, hard truth. You're not allowed in. You've only been permitted in the foyer. The inner sanctum remains locked. You look across the room. You see the watch you really want. The Paul Newman Daytona. The Patek Philippe Nautilus. You ask your dealer about them, and he replies, "Ah, magnificent pieces. Those are reserved for our best clients. It's all about building relationships. Do you have a purchase history with us?" Let me be perfectly clear. They're telling you that to be considered for the privilege of spending $50,000, $100,000, or $200,000 with them, you must first prove your loyalty by purchasing unwanted watches for tens of thousands of dollars. This is the part that confuses people. They have created a system in which you must earn the right to give them more money. You're not a customer, you're a supplicant who has to pay for the privilege of begging. This brutal, frustrating process serves a purpose. It does more than filter out potential buyers. It builds a tribe. A shared struggle and silent understanding of the game foster an elite sense of community. Those who own the unobtainable watches share a silent nod, a glance across the room. They're in the club. A sense of belonging to a community that gets it is a more powerful retention tool than any advertisement could be. It's not just about the object on your wrist anymore. It's about the identity it provides. It's the ultimate loyalty program, and the entry fee is your dignity and your bank account. This brings us to our final and most significant revelation. The final piece of the empire isn't a watch. You can't hold it. It can't be manufactured in Switzerland. It's a feeling, the feeling that you possess something that others can't obtain. It's the feeling that you understand a code that most people don't. It's the feeling of being deemed worthy. So, let's be crystal clear. They didn't build billion-dollar empires with gold, steel, or rubies. They built them using the world's most valuable currency, perceived exclusivity. They sell a story, amplify it with artificial scarcity, and protect it with a velvet rope. The watch is merely the receipt. It's a perfect, self-justifying loop. It is one of the most brilliant business models ever created. What's the billion-dollar secret? It's a perfect, self-sustaining loop. It's a story that creates desire. Scarcity fuels hype. There's also a community that guards the gate. Together, they transformed a utilitarian tool into a symbol of identity. Remember this: the watch isn't the product, the status is. The watch is merely the key that unlocks that feeling. The most powerful aspect of understanding this is that the playbook isn't just for watches. Now that you know the formula, you'll start to see it everywhere. Take artificial waitlists for high-end fashion items and limited edition sneakers, for example. You'll also notice it in the exclusive, club-like aura of certain tech and car brands. This is the blueprint for building a modern luxury empire. Remember, you are more than just a consumer. You can see through the facade. You can analyze any aspirational brand and understand its inner workings. So, what do you think? Is it a genius marketing strategy? A masterclass in creating desire? Or is it psychological manipulation? A rigged game that preys on our deepest insecurities? I'm genuinely curious, so let me know in the comments. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started, and I have a lot more to show you. Thanks for watching.